Get my mixer sorted out. And yeah. Hey folks, good afternoon, good people. Welcome to the Daily Brexit. Reporting from Euro Disneyland for Infowars.com, I'm Olly Connelly. Thanks for turning up. And now, home truths. Abuse victim turned campaigner Bill Maloney lifted the lid on VIP paedophilia and satanic ritual abuse with works such as Sun, Sea and Satan. He has confronted the deep state at its most depraved, and he's here now to remind us that this endemic plight on our kids, our politics and our society is far from gone away. Bill Maloney, thank you, sir, for coming on the show. You're a big hero of mine, I got to say. This problem has not gone away, has it, sir?
Olly, can I just say to you, please don't call me sir.
I call everybody sir. I mean, when they're as old as you. Sorry.
Yeah, you're right. I'm 62 now. You're right.
Yeah, you're getting on. Are we seeing any improvement, for example, with the IICSA, the independent inquiry into child sexual abuse?
Well, it's taking its time, and with the sort of people that we're up against, I've been saying for a long time, time is one of their biggest weapons, actually. This kicked off sort of 10 years ago, and it was running big, and now it's all being sort of washed away. You can see the shame in their faces, if that makes a sense, because I've seen it in their faces in Parliament.
You're right. Post-Savile, there was suddenly a huge amount of information out there, and then it rescinded. No? How?
Well, Jimmy Savile was a pimp, wasn't he?
It wasn't just about him, though, was it? Off the back of him,
no, it wasn't,
there were stories about, for example,
him.
Elm House, where politicians were frequenting. And
it wasn't just about him. What it was about psychology, because that man was not working on his own. And their psychology that they used to lure victims, children, that's what they studied. That's what they were good at.
Is this still going on?
They liked it as dark as it could be as well. And they were evil people. And the press, God knows what the press are doing. They're throwing it all over the place. One day they're saying, oh, this is terrible, what's happening? And then they're saying, like, all the victims are fantasists. And in a couple of calls that we've had, me and you, over the last couple of days, I said to you that I cannot understand why the polygraph test has not been brought into this. If you're saying that a victim is lying, if a victim says that he was raped by Leon Britton or whatever, let the victim take the polygraph test. If the victim wishes to take the polygraph test, I'll take the polygraph test. I'll take a polygraph test if whether Uncle Arthur, concerned with Shirley Oaks, sexually assaulted me. I'll take it. Why can't we do that?
Bill?
And it's allowed. The Jeremy Kyle show is governed by Ofcom, which is a governing body. And Jeremy Kyle shreds families, violence, everything.
Yeah, it's a telly show.
Polygraph test.
With polygraph
via the polygraph test. Now, that is being allowed by a government body, i.e. Ofcom. Why can't we take a polygraph test?
Okay. Let me ask you, Bill. I mean, yeah, it's very, very interesting. Why not? This child abuse inquiry. Do you see it as a great big fudge? It was put in place by Theresa May when she was Home Secretary. It is supposed to be looking into institutional child sexual abuse throughout places like the NHS. and is off the back of what happened with Savile and a whole bunch of other abuse scandals. Do you hold out any hope, Bill, that it will be useful and fruitful?
Well, there's a lot of people like me about, and we're not stupid, because when you say an activist, you have to begin. If you're going to be an activist of child abuse, you have to study it. You know what I mean? You can't just go at it and start making dodgy allegations and different dodgy tactics, etc. If you don't study it. Mm-hmm. And I've been working with the police for over 8 years now, and I never went to them. They came to me. Two very, very brave men. I think you spoke to one of them, John Wedger.
Yeah. Yes.
And John and I have become friends as well. First of all, it was like, oh, here's the police. You know, I made a film called Sunset and Satan, another film called Adam Rickwood and the Medemsley Heroes, and started getting results. Things started to happen. Mm-hmm. The Medemsley Heroes, when we first made the film, there was only 12 victims that had come forward. When the film went out, it went up to nearly 1,500 victims.
But Bill, these guys are whistleblowers. They're white hats as opposed to the establishment. My question is, are we seeing any change in the establishment from the sort of establishment that I think you have exposed in some of the films that you've made?
Well, the establishment is the establishment. That goes for the BBC as well.
Is the BBC any cleaner now of depravity than it was, for example, in the 1970s, the 1980s?
There's a lot of people that never came out and said anything simply because they wanted to keep their jobs and their egos were driving them over the wall. It's all about egos.
Yeah. Sorry, go on. It's all about
egos. All the people in the BBC, we're working for the BBC, and and we get to meet all these stars. I want to stay here. Oh yeah, but so and so's been messing about with a kid, and we've had a report. Well, keep it quiet. You know what I mean? You've got to understand, have some kind of understanding of the entertainment industry. You know, Mary Poppins. You know, that doesn't mean she was a lovely woman. It was an actress. Am I making sense here? Or?
Well, yeah. I mean, you're talking about, for example, the BBC. We refer to the BBC as auntie, yeah? But I mean, the BBC is more like the dodgy uncle, no?
Well, that was like going to the moon for a kid to go to the BBC, wasn't it? They were so excited. Oh my God, Mummy, I'm going to the BBC.
Yeah.
I'm going to see Jimmy Savile.
Yeah, go and sit on Jimmy Savile's knee.
Paris, Mummy.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yes.
And that's the psychology that they used. They used the entertainment and so-called stardom or being famous to lure the children. You can put yourself back to what the films used to, and you wanted to be Superman or Spider-Man or whatever, didn't you?
Would you say that is still the case? Would you say that is still the case, Bill? So far as the BBC is concerned? Or in the case of the BBC, it's harder, isn't it? I mean, abuse is easier to perpetrate at a care home.
Well, they've done that as well.
Is it not still an industry?
It'll always be an industry. Until someone does something. And, I don't know about Theresa May. As far as I'm concerned, people were saying, oh, she's got no children. And I think it matters that our Prime Minister has got no children. Because our Prime Minister, there are millions of children in this country. And I would like the Prime Minister to have his own children and possibly grandchildren as well. So that they will feel the compassion and the love and understand the outright evil of just making the kid cry, as far as I'm concerned. I'm against slapping and everything. I never slapped my daughter.
Bill.
I never slapped my grandson.
Bill Maloney. Bill Maloney. Bill Maloney is way too short. I'll tell you, that is way too short. I'll be doing a longer show with Bill in the next couple of days, so I'll link it from this video. Yeah, you've been watching The Daily Brexit on Infowars.com with me, Olly Connelly. Thanks for watching, and here's to us, and bugger plutocracy. Yeah.